What is your best advice to a beginner?
Don't be a lawyer, be something else. The legal field is going to be partially replaced by AI. I don't know that negotiations will be, but we have bots today that can analyze and talk facts and can engage in dialogue. And there'll be a day when they can engage in negotiations.
Oh, so you're going to use your job? Marty Edelman, glad to have you here in Arabcast.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
You have started as a lawyer. Now you are one of the best negotiator in the world. What is the story behind this?
Well, you're correct about my start. I'm not sure that the rest of it is accurate, but I have the privilege of having worked with Abu Dhabi for the last 25 years. And so I've sort of worked my way into handling some of the negotiations for them on important matters. And one of them happens to be in the field of technology.
So you are the kind of a mediator between Abu Dhabi and Washington?
I clearly am the advisor to Abu Dhabi, but I guess because I am an American and I know the administration, I get to be both an advocate and a mediator.
What is your secret?
Patience. Patience. I think it's important to know that you can't learn what the other side is thinking if you do all the talking. So sometimes you have to let the negotiations appear to be one-sided, where the other side is doing all the talking, because then we're doing all the learning. And it helps us make informed judgments about what a good negotiation can be. And on the technology, the American side was so well advised by David Sachs and Howard Lutnick and other members of the administration who I know, which made it a little more familiar and a little less of a combat and more of a collaboration.
UAE now is going wild in AI investments. Where are we going? What do you see?
Let's look at the AI world. So the great giants of the AI are sort of at both ends of the bookshelf, China and the US. And in sort of the middle of that is this little dot called Abu Dhabi. And I think we have earned the ability to play an important role in the direction of AI. And we have definitely created an alliance with the United States to focus on the use of American technology in the intriguing development of what's going to happen to AI in the world. And clearly we know now that AI is itself not a fantasy, that it's going to inhabit all of our lives in very profound ways. And Abu Dhabi is going to be part of that development through intelligent investment and the fact that a company like G42 can actually work in the AI space.
You are an American,
I am.
You work for Abu Dhabi as
I
a
do.
chief negotiator. How could you balance your interests?
Luck. Perhaps just luck. So you try to make judgments about what the appropriate conduct is, what the leadership of Abu Dhabi does is, with their intelligent vision about the future for the country, for President Mohammed's dedication to his people, it's easy to advocate that position for them.
Mm-hmm.
And to try to make sure that they get the benefit of the bargains that we create, that the U.S. understands the value of the UAE in the scheme of geopolitics, because they are a unique country. UAE is a unique country with unique leadership. There is actually no country like it in the region, and maybe no leadership like it anywhere.
What is special about leadership in the UAE?
I think there's a determination that you can balance security and freedom in a society. It's not a democracy, but it really believes in the values of personal ambition and of wanting the people to have the opportunity for important education in the UAE and around the world. And so that dedication allows it, I think, to see way beyond the horizon. So in the early part of this century, they embraced the 2030 plan, which was the way leadership wanted Abu Dhabi and the UAE to look really in this period of time. And I think it's exceeded its ambitions and now is on the next phase. And if you look at the talent that is both in the Emirati population and that have been attracted to work in Abu Dhabi, I think it's unprecedented in the world.
Do you remember the first time you met Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed?
Yes, I definitely do. It was a wonderful experience. We spent all night talking together. He was then the head of the military. And obviously his career has become as the guardian of the country, as the disciple of his father. And I think that was a transformative moment for me, meeting him. And I've had 25 years of the privilege of working with him.
Wow, 25 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
You have a lot of stories.
I'm sure I do.
So are you writing a book or no?
Well, it's under discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be published posthumously.
When you feel that you're going to lose the negotiation, what do you do?
Take a break. You never quit. Negotiations are a journey, and you make sure you get to some destination or determine that you actually made a mistake and that the destination is not worth getting to. And so you have to find an elegant excuse to abandon the negotiation. But that happens, and you have to be humble enough to understand that the vision was either improperly thought out, or when you got to see how the vision manifests, it really doesn't achieve your objectives. So you must constantly maintain the original objectives to understand how far you're moving in the negotiation. And then, there'll be good days and bad days, and you have to balance them.
What was your biggest mistake?
In my career?
Yes.
I don't think we have enough time on the broadcast to do that. But biggest mistake?
Yeah.
I guess the biggest mistake, I was called in to help a failed negotiation in San Francisco. It was a commercial negotiation, but it was a high stakes one. And the groups on either side were combative, unpleasant to each other. And I listened to what the issues were. And I actually took a break and thought about it and came back with what I thought was a brilliant plan to solve all the problems. And the two of them both pointed out the fatal flaw, which became abundantly clear that I had missed one of the important points about why my solution didn't work. But actually, it achieved something, because even though my mistake was dramatic and blatant, it made them actually agree on something. And then so we started to turn around, and they eventually worked it out. So that mistake actually turned out to be productive.
Do you remember the toughest negotiation you have ever been through?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone is tough.
You don't feel that sometimes you have the power to convince anyone?
Well, you certainly examine what people call leverage. Do you have more money? Is your idea better? Are your points stronger? But as negotiations unwind, you very often find out those original assumptions aren't correct. And so I think every negotiation, it's when you don't pay attention to a negotiation because you think you own it, that's when you make your mistakes.
Do you remember the weakest point you have ever been through in a negotiation?
No.
You've never been weak?
I never remember the weak points. I think one of the real art forms of negotiation is knowing when you're on the wrong track. Too many people who negotiate are so convinced that they know how to do it that they never actually say to themselves, wait a second, I'm talking, but I'm looking at the room and the room is kind of laughing at me, so I better stop. You really have to have a number of parts of your brain working at the same time, because so much of understanding how effective you're being is how the other side's responding. And every person inevitably has a tell of some kind, whether it's a verbal tick or a hand gesture or a lean back, lean forward. And until you're able to read those signs, you really aren't sure how you're doing.
What is your best advice to a beginner?
Don't be a lawyer, be something else. The legal field is going to be partially replaced by AI. I don't know that negotiations will be, but we have bots today that can analyze and talk facts and can engage in dialogue. And there'll be a day when they can engage in negotiations.
Oh, so you're going to use your job?
I'm going to be 85, so I might not mind being out of work at some point.
But you still use ChatGPT in your work?
I use it for information, definitely. And I use it to measure thoughts that it presents when I have a thought. But I haven't really given in to letting it do the work for me. I probably will at some point. But I kind of do the work and then check it, whether it be ChatGPT or Grok or one of the others. I measure what I'm doing by whether I miss something, because it's like research. And it's a great research tool.
Is there any question that you would love to be asked?
No, mostly I think about the questions I'd rather not be asked. No.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Mr.
you,
Martin
Jamal.
Glad to have you in Arabcast.
It's a pleasure. Thank you
very much. Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you.